Hello, I would like to do a review on this product that I just got, Thrustmaster Quadrant, TCA Quadrant for Airbus edition. I got this product a couple of days ago, and it's worth mentioning that I bought this product. It was not given to me like some other reviewers. I bought this thing. So my review here, it will be based on my findings of this product that I've been testing for the past couple of days. Well, first, the material of the product is nice. It's made of plastic, of course, as you can imagine. But it's okay. The size also, you probably have seen in some other reviews saying that the size is small. I didn't expect a real life size quadrant for the A320. This would be illogical, of course. I find the size is reasonable, and it's not that small. Of course, as you can see, it has two thrust quadrants here, two thrust levers, and the reverse thrust levers, okay, which is, it was one of the reasons I bought this product. The price is reasonable comparing to other quadrants, like for example beta quadrant of the beta quadrant from Honeycomb. The price is reasonable, and the finishing is okay, is nice, and it has a functionality that you can choose its engine 1, 2, or 3 or 4 in case you are linking or connecting two quadrants together if you are flying a big bird like A380 or A340. Here there is a screw that controls the toughness of the thrust levers. You can control that, and there are some features, nice features, like it shows here. It controls the movement of the thrust lever. And there are two buttons here for engine 1, engine 2, and the engine starter button. Okay. The quality of the buttons here, it's not that good. It's made of plastic, of course, but I find it okay. It's a nice product, but let's talk about the problems with that thrust lever or this quadrant. First of all, I would like to say that I'm using Flight Simulator X Steam Edition, and as in Flight Simulator 2020, the same problem. Those two buttons here for engine 1 and 2, they don't work. Even if you assign the two buttons for engine starts on the flight simulator, they still don't work. Also, this starter doesn't work. Other than this, these two buttons here, there are two buttons, they are functioning, but engine start 1 and 2, it doesn't work. Anyway, there is also another problem. When you start the simulator, you cannot put the thrust levers on the software on idle. It will always be as if it's halfway, of course, which is not accurate, and it causes the aircraft to move. The only way that you can solve this problem is by disabling the reverse thrusters through here. Of course, you do like that, and then you move this one here, so it will become like in general aviation. This might solve the problem, but it would disable an important function, which is the reverse thrust. One of the reasons I bought this quadrant is this one particular function of the reverse thrust. If you disable it, then it becomes like it lost most of the reality of it, or it will not be as what you have expected. If you're someone like me who expected that this thrust levers will be functioning, they are functioning. I managed to set them up to work as thrust levers, but the problem is it cannot go on idle. If it's on idle here, it's idle, but on the software it will not show idle. It will be as here. So that's the first thing. Second problem is, which I tried many times to collaborate but it didn't work, is if you can see here on this application or software that it comes, that you download, it's called Target Device Analyzer. You would see that here axis X and Y, which are referring to the two thrust levers, they are not equal here. You would see that X axis is a bit higher than Y lever, even though if you look at the thrust levers, they are both here equal, but on the software here they are not. So as a result of this, you will have engine 2 higher than engine 1. Okay, which is a big problem if you ask me, and it would cause the aircraft to move to the right as soon as you start the simulator using of course the Airbus A320. So here you can see that the x-axis is not as equal as y-axis. You have to remove this a bit to be equal here, which will not make it you see. Of course, if you move the thrust lever all the way up, of course it will be equal, but on idle it's not. And if you do reverse thrust here, of course it will be equal, but on idle it's not quite similar. No matter how hard you try, it will not be equal, which of course affects the simulator or the power on the engine. So this is my findings so far, and these are the two problems that I faced. Of course, engine 1, 2 doesn't work. This one here, this knob, it doesn't show anything, it doesn't do anything on the simulator. So I don't know, I saw other reviews stating that they have the same problem with the Flight Simulator 2020, and I have the same problem with Flight Simulator FSX Steam Edition. So I'm not sure what flight simulator that Thrustmaster tested this product on. Probably X-Plane, maybe. But so far, those the two most commonly used, or the most popular, the Flight Simulator FSX Steam Edition and Flight Simulator 2020, they are experiencing the same kind of problem. So I just hope that Thrustmaster would solve these issues concerning, because now it means that you bought only 2 thrust levers, okay, that they are not collaborated, and 2 buttons or 3 buttons here that doesn't work. So all in all, hopefully that Thrustmaster can solve these issues and do some updates or something that enables the users to be able to collaborate the both thrust levers. You see, you cannot put them on the same thing here. No matter how hard you try, they are not. You see, it's not idle, it's like 50%. And of course, as you can imagine now, the aircraft is moving when it should not be. This is not idle, you see. Here this is like halfway, and here on the thrust lever it's on idle. It can only work, the one that works functioning well when you do a reverse thrust. On the reverse thrust, on the application, on the software, it works. But if you decide to put it on idle here, it would go halfway, and the engine and the aircraft, of course, will start moving forward again. So this is the problem that I have encountered, and I have failed to collaborate, and even it's too fast that you cannot use it for taxiing. You know, you cannot control the aircraft fine on the taxiway because it's too fast. So that was my review about this product, and I'm sorry, of course, that the video is not like those fancy review videos that you see on the YouTube. It's my first review anyway, and I just wanted to share this review of this product with the rest of the world, and hopefully there will be soon some good updates from Thrustmaster to solve these issues. Thank you.